Then Twitch, hopefully you're cooperating today. Have been for the past couple of weeks. Cars Formula 1. Must still be uploading to the channel. There is the stream. There. Of course there's a 30-second Twitch ad. But I think the audio should be working. I guess we will find out in a few moments. Oh, dearie me. Oh, wrong one. That one. Do. Bring up telemetry, lap data, track map. All the necessary stuff. Alright. Game audio's there. And my audio's there. So everything is working as it should be. Fantastic. Well, hello everyone and welcome to round 2 of the AM1 Championship here on Contest of Speed. I'm Lane Everingham, your commentator for this event, and this time we are racing at Baku City Circuit for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. The 3.73 mile 20 turn circuit was introduced to the Formula 1 world in 2016 and has gained a reputation of creating drama-filled races. That reputation is shared between the real world and the virtual world. There are 2 DRS zones on the circuit that lead into turn 1 and turn 3. The former being the better of the two, but it's still very possible to see action into turn 3. The rest of the circuit doesn't really lend itself to overtaking. Instead, the drivers will have to worry about preserving the car. There are plenty of areas where the drivers can damage their cars, the most infamous of which is the castle section, formed by turns 8 through 12. It's the most narrow part of any racetrack on the Formula 1 schedule, at only 7.6 metres wide, or about 25 feet across. With it being so narrow, there is almost quite literally no margin for error. Overcast conditions for both qualifying and the race, so no wet weather interference. Hopefully with it being nice and dry, we get to see some pretty entertaining stuff out on track. But before we focus on qualifying, there is a little bit of news to go through first from last week's race in Bahrain. There were no incidents submitted for the stewards to review, so there were no penalties or major penalties handed out. Elliott got a connection reprimand for what happened last week for very obvious reasons that we picked up on stream. Kitten Petter, P-Dog Payton, Aaron Kerry, Cameron and Game Boy received warnings for having wrong flag/number combinations. Looking at the Drivers' Championship, Cameron is leading, obviously, as he won last week. He's on 25 points, followed by Elliott on 18, then Nicholas Latifi on 15, Andy Wu on 12, then Elite Game Boy on 10. Completing the top 10, we have P-Dog Payton, Mitch791, JDTV8, Mitch Burns, and Fatal_302. In the Constructors, Red Bull are leading on 40 points. They had a really solid round last week in Bahrain with a 1-3 finish. McLaren are second. They're equal second with Alpine, as I think that McLaren went into the wall at the exit of turn 7. I'm pretty certain anyway. I heard a crash. I heard a crunch somewhere. Yeah, McLaren and Alpine are currently, I suppose, equal third, really. They're both on 18 points, followed by Ferrari on 12, Haas on 7, Alfa Romeo on 4, Aston Martin on 2. Mercedes, AlphaTauri and Williams are yet to score points in the championship, as Payton's been disqualified for driving the wrong way. Where's that at? Oh, well, yeah, ghosting isn't turned on, Lopez, and he drove straight into Payton. Hello, Bersing. Welcome onto the scene. There's debris on the track as well, so drivers have to be careful to not get a puncture. Well, first bit of drama here at Azerbaijan. Right at the beginning of qualifying, with Payton being disqualified and Lopez driving straight into the side of Payton's car. Remember, in AM1, there's no ghosting. So if there's a car on the racetrack that's stationary, you do have to avoid it. There's no just simply driving through it willy-nilly, carelessly, as JCK has retired from the session. He's done that in the pit lane. Okay. I don't think he's got a qualifying ban or anything. I don't know why he's done that. Anyway. Currently, Barmer is sitting at the top of the table with a 1 minute 39.778. See here, Mitch Burns is on the medium compound tyre. A few drivers have set times on the mediums, including our current pole sitter, Barmer, as Mitch comes out of turn 19. Around the final corner of turn 20, he heads onto the main straightaway, DRS wide open. Up and over 320 kilometers an hour. Actually, that reminds me of something. He crosses the line to set a 1 minute 40.533. I'll just do this, because I haven't done this in a while, and I really should. On-screen display? Would it be this one? It is. Miles per hour. For our American audience, it makes it a bit nicer for them. Cameron jumps up to the top with a 38.452. He's currently 1.3 seconds ahead of Barmer, but he has set that time on the soft compound tyre. Seems that Nicholas might be on an in-lap here. It doesn't look like he's pushing particularly hard. Let's see what the clock says here in the middle sector. Yeah, he's down by 5 seconds, so yeah, he's not pushing. A few drivers down here yet to set lap times. They're still in the pit lane. Elliott making his way around. I think he might be on an in-lap. He's not consuming any battery, and he's low on fuel. Bursey's on an in-lap. No Cap is on an in-lap as well. He's on the medium tyre. He's currently 5th. Fatal just behind in P6, getting out of the way there. Traffic. Mitch Burns making his way towards the second sector split. He's down by half a second. I think he's on an in-lap as well. One of the more annoying things with very long racetracks, out-laps and in-laps here are very, very long. So, Petter, he's run out of fuel, so he'll be going into the pit lane. Aaron getting ready. He's now on the soft compound tyre. Lopez is on an out-lap. He's on the medium compound tyre. He could count himself very lucky for not retiring during qualifying, having slammed into the side of Peyton's car. Thankfully for him, he's still able to try and set some sort of lap time. Andy Wu getting ready as well. He's on the soft tyre. I suppose Lopez here could give us a guided tour of the racetrack. I think he'll be the first driver of this next crop trying to set a flying lap. He's on the medium compound tyre as well, so it'll be interesting to see how competitive he is relative to everyone else. He's heading down the main straightaway. We begin our flying lap of this Baku City circuit into turn 1, bringing it down to 3rd gear, short shifting to 4th on the exit, defying traction, heading down towards turn 2, a critical corner as it dictates the speed carried down this straightaway. A bit of a squirrely exit there from Lopez, but tidy all round. He's kept it out of the barriers, which is the main thing. Into turn 3, braking at the 100 board, bringing it down to 3rd gear, short shifting again to 4th gear, and again a bit squirrely on the exit. Around turn 4, short shifting to 3rd there at the 2nd gear. Into turns 5 and 6, this very tight, very cumbersome chicane, especially with the inside curve at turn 6. Very easy to lose control riding that curve and end up into the outside barrier. Around the hairpin of turn 7, up towards the castle section, into turns 8, 9, 10, 11, and then turn 12. Now heading around the old part of the city of Baku, around turn 13 into 14, and now into turn 15, which has a unique racing line for any esports drivers, where they absolutely yeet themselves over the inside curve, touring car style, trying to find an extra 10th or 2. Exiting turn 16, sideways there for Lopez. He's not having a fun time with his car at the moment. Very twitchy on the power. It's not cooperating with him at all. And around a track like this, where you have a lot of traction zones, you need the back end to cooperate with you. Otherwise, yeah, you won't get the lap times you desire. Andy Woo's making his way out of turn 12, heading around the old part of the city. Around 13, 14, then heading into the tricky left-hander of 15. See, they're avoiding that inside curve. But you'll see drivers, especially esports drivers, absolutely send it over that curve. Around turn 16, arguably the most important corner on the racetrack, as it dictates the speed carried through this flat-out section at the back end of the racetrack. Exiting turn 19, well, I've seen drivers lose it on a couple of occasions at turn 19, perhaps clipping the inside wall or understeering into the outside wall, or just losing the back end in general. I've seen it a few times as Andy Woo jumps up to P2 with a 1 minute 39.278. He's currently 8/10 of pole position, which is still Cameron in the Red Bull. Barmer crosses the line to now take second place away from Andy with a 1 minute 38.746. Currently 3/10, just under 3/10, I think, off pole position. I'll double check that. Double check my match. Yeah, just under 3/10. Elowit making his way down towards turn 1. Hard on the brakes, bringing it down to third gear, back on the power. Connection looks pretty good during qualifying. Coming around turn 2. We'll open DRS again down this back straightaway of sorts. Heading towards turn 3. Entering at 200 miles an hour. Brings it down to about 65 or so. Using the full width of the circuit at the exit of turn 3 as well. Coming around turn 4 now. Similar story, using the full width. Towards the chicane of 5 and 6. He's up by 0.2 of a second. It's a tidy exit there out of 6. Heading down towards the hairpin of turn 7. It's a corner where you can cut quite a bit here, as Elowit demonstrates rather nicely there. And JD joins with 6 minutes to go. You may have noticed with the start of the stream, we were quite late, about 7 or 8 minutes late. And that was because we were trying to allow JD the opportunity to try and join the lobby before we started qualifying. But unfortunately on PlayStation, trying to copy an update, it takes forever for some reason. As Elowit is up by almost 3/10 in the middle sector. And he's going to get a helping hand here from his teammate Barmer. Heading around turn 19 up towards the final corner. See there, really healthy toe. Good bit of teamwork going on. Barmer goes into the pit lane. Elowit will cross the line to go for fastest. Improving by just under 6/10 of a second to set a 1 minute 39.283. Nicholas, you're going back into the pits. Bursey, you're going back into the pits as well. Mitch, he's backing off. He's not pushing. Same with Kit and Petter, I think. Bit of short shifting going on. Yeah, he's not pushing. Lead Game Boy getting out of the way. Seems a lot of these guys are actually on in-laps, but they don't know that. Because obviously Jeff doesn't tell you who's on out-laps and who's potentially on in-laps. Because the AI isn't that advanced, unfortunately. And I don't think Express is on the flying lap either. Deary me. Mitch is about to be. He's yet to set a lap time. He's on the medium compound tyre as well. Can't remember what the ideal strategy is here in Baku. It's been a while since I've raced here. So I can't remember if it's a soft medium or medium hard. I don't think it's a two-stop here. The pit lane, I think, is a bit too long, if I remember. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been here in Azerbaijan. Around turn 1, nice and steady there from Mitch. Nice exit as well. Around turn 2 now, brings it down to second gear. Back on the power gently. Very tidy there from Mitch. Nice opening couple of corners there from the Haas driver. Heading down towards turn 3. Entering at 200 miles an hour. Bringing it down to about 60 miles an hour at the apex. Then around turn 4. What is the safety car? I want to see where it places on the grid. Hello, Rogue. Well, I imagine we will see the safety car at some point. This is Baku after all. But then again, it is a street circuit, and in this game, street circuits at times don't produce any safety cars. I know Monaco is definitely like that, as Barmer is getting out of the way of Mitch. For whatever reason at Monaco, the safety car just flat out does not come out. Like, you can have big accidents involving 2 or 3 cars, and the worst you could get is a VSC. It's been a while since I've seen a proper safety car around the streets of Monaco, and it's not quite as noticeable here in Baku. It's the same story with Singapore as well. But the safety car can be a bit shy to come out. Usually you just see yellow flags being displayed or a virtual safety car. As Mitch heads up towards the control line, he'll set a 1 minute 40.610, goes 14th fastest on the medium compound tyre. Lopez has invalidated his flying lap. Look away from him for a moment. Cameron getting ready. Barmer beginning what could be his final flying lap with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left on the clock. He's given himself enough time, so if he makes a mistake, he should have the ability to set one more flying lap. Nice run out of turn 2, opens DRS, heads down the back straightaway towards turn 3. Yellow flags are about. It's just a slow Ferrari on track. At the moment, it must be Andy because Kittenpetter is still in the pit lane. Exiting turn 3 now, heading towards 4, bringing it down to 3rd gear. Will he short shift on the exit? No. Use all of 3rd gear at the exit of turn 4. Around turn 5, he is down to the first sector by 6 thousandths of a second, and that's it. Qualifying over for Barmer. He lost the back end at turn 6, and he's put it into the wall. So the best he can hope for is P2 in qualifying. Cameron getting ready to set a flying lap. Andy getting ready to set a flying lap. Same with Eloit. Nicholas Latifi. I think he's just set one from the looks of things. Currently 5th fastest with a 39.3. Burzy is up to the first sector. Currently P7 with a 39.7. Making his way around turn 7. Not cutting too much there. Doesn't want to risk an invalidation. Very squirrely on the exit there. Out of the hairpin, clipping the inside wall at turn 8 as well, as Fatal has retired in the pit lane. We've got a Ferrari bringing out yellow flags. That must be Kittenpetter. He's on an outlap this late. There's no way he can make it. The only service he can provide is a tow for his teammate, on the looks of things. And he's coming out of turn 4, heading up towards the first sector split. The clock says he's up by 0.2 of a second. What about Cameron, our current pole sitter? Has he improved? No, but he's just off his PB by 0.03 thousandths of a second. Around turn 7 for Andy Wu, heading up towards the infamous castle section. Turns 8, 9, 10 into 11, and then the left-hander of 12. It's a tidy exit there. Oh, a bit squirrely on the exit. But he's kept it out of the barriers, which is the important thing, as Barmer has likely found out after his mistake at turn 6. Oh, he's clipped the wall there at the entry to turn 15. You could hear the scrape of the Ferrari brushing up against the wall. He's up, though, by 0.2 of a second, or make that almost 0.3. Cameron is up by almost the same amount. Around turn 19. Then around the final corner, turn 20 for Andy Wu. No cap. The Israeli driver has jumped up to P3 with a 1 minute 38.971. Can Andy Wu take that away from him? The answer is no. He sets a 1 minute 39.032. Cameron improves to a 38.2 to cement himself on pole position. I don't think anyone's going to try and beat that. Burzy's up by a 10th in the first sector. Aaron's day is done, or at least his qualifying is done. Dream isn't improving. Express, his qualifying is done as well. So it's just Burzy left, and he's making his way around turn 15. No audible stuff of him brushing up against the wall, so he's kept it out of the barriers. He's up by 3.5 tenths. With that sort of improvement, he can challenge P7, push himself further up inside the top 10, potentially P6 if he gets this final sector right. Heading down this long main straightaway with DRS wide open. hits over 200 miles an hour as he crosses the line to jump up to P7, improving by exactly 4/10 to set a 1 minute 39.384. Yeah, you kind of did screw the timing of you leaving the pit lane, Petter. Yeah. Left it way too late, unfortunately. That's not, it could be worse for you, I suppose. You're starting P11. Best possible place you could start with a free choice of tyre. So, gives you a great deal of flexibility in terms of strategy, and track position isn't terrible. So, oh, as the AI is waving to us. Hello, AI. Don't know why it did that for, but anyway. Right. Let's run through the order, just briefly. Cameron on pole position by half a second to Barmer, who wrecked himself at the exit of turn 6. He'll be kicking himself about that, I'm sure, but to improve by half a second would have been quite the mountain to climb, so I think he'll be happy with P2. No Cap P3, followed by Andy Wu, then Elliot. Not Elliot, there's no I between the L and the O. Elliot in P5. Followed by Nicholas Latifi P6 and Burzy P7, Fatal in 8, Mitch Burns in 9th, and Aaron rounds out the top 10. Then Kitten Petter, Game Boy, Dream, Mitch, Express, and then drivers not setting times. 4 of them. Lopez, JCK, JD, and P-Dog Payton. Oh, I see, Kitten Petter. Yeah. When nature calls, you cannot ignore it. Ready to wreck through the castle. You got your practice in, Barmer. Fair enough. Hello, KD. Yeah, unfortunate that you're at work. I think you would... can't speak now. I think you would have enjoyed racing here, KD, I'm sure. Now, this allows me to talk about the prediction that one Mr. Vermoo made before the race. Vermoo, he reserves for AM1, and for every race this season he's going to make a prediction. We're going to see if it comes true. So for Vermoo, his prediction for this Azerbaijan Grand Prix, for the podium, Mitch Burns, Barmer or Cameron, and Burzy. Now Burzy looked pretty quick at the end of qualifying, so that's not a bad prediction. For DNF we got quite a few. So Kitten, either Cameron or Barmer, JD, Andy, Elliot, and one AlphaTauri. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 DNFs out of a field of 19, which, to be honest, isn't as bold as what some people might think. That's a real possibility. I would have faith as well, Vermoo. They're not outlandish predictions. To have 6 retirements over the course of a race here at Baku is not outlandish at all. That's a genuine possibility considering this racetrack. There's a predicted tyre stop strategy, so it's a 2-stop. Nah, surely not. It's a soft medium here, isn't it? It's been a while since I've done commentary here. It's been a while since I've raced it too. So... Right, so top 10, they're all starting on the soft compound tyre. Kitten Petter P11 starting on the soft compound tyre as well, but they're fresh soft compound tyres. Lead Game Boy P12 starting on a set of mediums. Dream and P13 starting on a set of softs. Mitch P14 starting on a set of mediums, same with Express and P15. Lopez is the last driver on the grid to start on the soft compound tyre. And we have JCK, JD, and P-Dog Payton after getting disqualified for driving the wrong way at the castle section. He's starting on the medium compound tyre, same with the 2 in front. So we've got 6 cars on the medium tyre, 13 on the softs. There's the predicted tyre stop strategy. Okay. Got a lot of... Oh, there's a 2-stop. Medium, hard. Oh, okay. Missed out. Oh, well. So... yeah, I would agree with you, KD, that Baku is more tameable compared to Jeddah. Like, Jeddah's just an oddity in itself. High speed, narrow-ish street circuit. where any mistake you make results in you going into a wall. This is fairly similar, but you've got a lot of medium and low speed corners to negotiate, whereas with Jeddah you just don't have any, other than the opening 2 corners. Cameron's lining up onto the grid. One thing that this camera angle provides is pretty good look around the area at Bucket. You can see all the buildings and whatnot. Something that a lot of people, including myself, really don't appreciate is how much effort Codemasters put in terms of the visuals. Like here, especially in street circuits here, Singapore, Monaco, obviously. Like some of the stuff and detail that they put in is pretty cool. It's just a pity the rest of the game is pretty stuffed. Everyone's lined up, ready to race. We got a 19-car field, which is really good to see. Got 26 laps in front of us and 10 red lights. And we are underway here in Baku, and Cameron gets a pretty good start from pole position. But the second phase of that start was horrible. Barmer down the inside. Oh, and put into the wall. Cameron went into the wall there. Barmer gave no room on the outside. My goodness, there was a whole heap of understeer with that McLaren. Just could not get it turned in. Oh, we got end plate flying. We got yellow flags in the background as Cameron drops to third. He might have damage from what happened there at turn 1. He hit that wall pretty hard, and yeah, he's got a missing end plate. Oh, and he goes into the wall again, this time at turn 3, and completely destroys that front wing. That caught me off guard, my goodness. Cameron had a really great initial start, but that second phase was horrible. Barmer got alongside and couldn't turn the car in hard enough to give Cameron enough room and put the Red Bull into the wall. My goodness, and Petter's dropped down the order. He's had some sort of moment here at turn 6. Oh, goodness me, this is going to get horrible into the castle section. Cameron's got that destroyed car. Oh, my goodness. Really tight train here coming through the castle section. Bursey trying to find a way by. Barmer now down in 7th place. It's Andy Wu who's leading from Nicholas Latifi. Cameron dropping down through the order like a stone in water as Aaron really moved hard left there at the entry to turn 15. Oh my goodness. Cameron dropping all the way down to 18th place there at turn 15. Yellow flags about again. That's Express, I think. It is Express. He's backwards on the racetrack at turn 16 as Barmer overtakes Bursey. What's going on here? Oh, he gets by relatively easily. It seems that Barmer isn't going into the pit lane, so he doesn't have any damage with what happened during the beginning of that lap. My goodness, there's action everywhere. It's going to be very difficult to know where to look. Mitch Burns is into the pit lane. Peyton's into the pit lane. Mitch 791's into the pit. Same with Kitten Petter. As JCK has left the session, he's in 12th place. Well, his AI is going to lose him a couple of places, I'm sure. My goodness me. Very dramatic start, but absolutely no safety car, or virtual safety car, for that matter. Let's see what everyone's pit onto. Mediums, hards, mediums, mediums, mediums. Pretty common tale for those 5 who had to go into the pit lane. There we go. Lots of drama here at the start. Everybody's settled down now. Now got the battle at the front to focus on. It's Andy Wu who leads, followed by Nicholas Latifi and No Cap in P3. Elowitz is just behind in P4 as well in the McLaren. Then it's a 3.7 second gap to Barmer 22 in P5. He's got a bit of a gap to Bursey, who has got Aaron Carey for company in 7th place. Completing the top 10, we have Fatal, Lopez and Dream. Now Nicholas is going to get fair bit of slipstream here down this main straight. He could be able to get by here. Right on the back of Andy Wu, using a bit of overtake to help him out. Draws alongside the Ferrari and gets by. Sets fastest lap in the process, which is beaten by No Cap. Around turn 1. DRS is now enabled. Barmer now sets a new fastest lap in P5. Coming out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Andy has DRS, but he won't be close enough to attack into turn 3, I think. Aaron, Bursey battling for position. Bursey just 3/10 behind. Using that DRS. Closes in. Not by enough, though, to attack into turn 3. Yeah, rest of the order pretty stagnant at the moment. It's a bit disappointing that about 70% of this circuit you can't really battle someone. You just have to wait until the straightaways with DRS to try and pass. But then again, that's the story with just about every other racetrack on the Formula 1 calendar. So around turn 12, heading around the old city now. Andy hasn't really made any inroads on Nicholas. Nicholas hasn't pulled away either as Dream drops to 12th. Something's happened to him through the castle section. Heading down the hill towards turn 16. Andy Wu just half a second behind. Oh, and a spinning no-cap. He puts himself into the wall at the exit of turn 16. He now has to be exceptionally careful. He's going to get disqualified if he drives any more further backwards. Well, fortunately, he doesn't get disqualified. That's quite a nice flick spin there, actually. Gets well out of the way of everybody. Dream is now coming onto the scene, but no-cap gives room. Sector 3 yellows. Oh, Game Boy is out. He has crashed out in the S section. There he is there, right in the middle of the road. And we have a safety car. The first safety car of the race. Right. Well, we've had quite the dramatic start, to say the least. Whole heap of stuff going on. Whole heap of crashes. Been really tough to try and keep in touch with what's going on. Front wing change for no cap. Dream, he's still being held as he has a front wing change. A few drivers staying out. Express staying out. Mitch staying out. The other Mitch staying out too. Cameron goes into the pits for a set of medium compound tyres. Peyton comes in as well to get off the hard tyre and onto a set of mediums. The field is split in half in terms of what tyres they're on. Some on 3 lap hold soft tyres, others on the medium compound tyre. JCK and Elite Game Boy. There we go. You got those two predictions. Rightio. We just have to wait and see with the other drivers as well. I'll see if I can invite you in. Oh, hang on, JCK. No, wait. Who here is not driving? No cab, all driving. Oh my goodness, what's that on their dashboards? They're up by 2 minutes on their little screens on their TV. Whole heap of the leaders are coming in, taking advantage of this safety car period. Whole heap of them pitting onto the medium compound tyre. JD stays out. To a set of medium tyres for Lopez. Yeah, basically the whole field's now on the medium compound tyre. And Sandy Wu out in front, followed by JD, then Nicholas Latifi. Elowit is in P4, then Aaron Carey P5. Then Bursey, Fatal, Lopez, Barmer and Express. The order well and truly scrambled at the moment, to say the least. Barmer making his way towards the rest of the field. Elite Game Boy has now left the session, fair enough. Now hopefully this safety car period won't take too long. Hopefully. Let's see. We've got a few drivers on fresh tyres, a few drivers on worn tyres. No one with penalties yet, right? No, not a single driver. See the position change as well. JD up 16. That's only because he hasn't stopped yet. Lopez up 8. Aaron Carey up 5. Andy and Nicholas up 3 each. Cameron down 15. Poor fella. A lot of catching up to do. And then Peyton will join the back of the grid as well. Then hopefully we'll get back under some green flag racing. This might be a late call-in from the safety car, depending on when Peyton catches the field. The safety car's already in the third sector, but that won't stop it from driving back to the pits. As soon as Peyton gets within 10 car lengths of Cameron, it might disappear back into the pit lane. Yep, there we go. It is a late call from the safety car. Good to see. Well, it gives Andy very limited time to try and control the field. Speaking of which, the field is now starting to bunch up big time. Now, when will he decide to go? He's waiting for the right moment. And now he sets off, and JD is right behind. Pulls out of the slipstream, and he's going to try and go for the lead. Down the inside into turn 1, and he's done it. He's through. Andy, not the best restart, but I don't blame him for that. I blame the game sending the safety car back into the pits so late. Rest of the field making their way through turn 2. Bit of slow cars going on in the background. Heading around turn 3. Oh, as Andy loses the back end. What a nice save as Elliott is looking down the inside at turn 4. Can't get by the Ferrari as they head towards 5 and 6. Cameron overtakes Kittenpetter for P14. Coming out to turn 6, heading towards 7. No one really in a position to attack just yet. Lopez gets by Fatal into P8. Around the hairpin we go. Heading up towards the castle section. JD's actually built a margin, 1.3 seconds. Cameron and No Cap are battling for P13. Coming out to the castle section now, heading around the old part of the city. Nice aerial shot here, looking over the racetrack as Petter and Cameron have come together, and Petter is around. Cameron's got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision. You can see the debris on the racetrack, and we have another safety car. Dear oh dear. And eventually Kittenpetter gets going. Well, fortunately, with the safety car being out, it gives them the opportunity to get that car fixed. Yeah, just after one safety car period, we now got another one. And he does have to be careful. Without that front wing, he'll have absolutely no downforce whatsoever. Cameron's got no front wing too, so he'll have to come in and serve that 5-second penalty. JD is into the pits too. I wonder what he'll pit on to. A set of hard tyres. Well, he's going to try and go to the end on those. 5 seconds being served for Cameron. Up go the jacks. On go the soft tyre. On goes the new front wing. He'll come out in 16th place, I think. Mitch gets a new front wing too, as Kittenpetter just retires from the session. Okay. Mitch has retired from the session too. Okay. Bit confused on that one, but yeah, righto. Still got a whole heap of racing to get through. Anyway. So we just got another lengthy period to get through. 2.14 litres over for Nicholas. He's got a surplus of fuel in that car. You do expect that though with safety car periods. You want to join me in the box, Petter? All right then. Give me a minute. Add players. Hopefully you're appearing online and make things easy for me. Yeah, new group. There we are. Come join me whenever if you want. Yeah, you got another one, Vermeer. 3 to your list. Ah, I see. Too wide into the castle is never a good idea. I mean, the track is barely wide enough for one car. As I mentioned earlier, it's about 7.6 meters wide. With that bit as Peyton goes into the pit lane. Or about 25 feet across. So if you were able to line them up perfectly, you could get about 3 Formula 1 cars side by side. But it requires a fairly perfect bit of placement to get 3 cars side by side through there. Need my warming break. Oh, bounced off the wall. Yeah, unlucky. I just got a bit of a wait until Peyton and Cameron catch up to the tail of the train and we can get back under some green flag racing. It'll be interesting to see what the drivers do in terms of strategy from here. Will they try and carry these tyres to the end? Will that be their number one option? Or will they try and do another stop? That is, of course, with the notion that there isn't going to be any safety cars after this point, which I find doubtful. Ah, rear wing damage, yeah, that's always good fun. And you get either rear wing, floor, side pod or something, it's irreparable, so yeah, you're stuck with it for the whole race. It's never fun, so I can understand then for your retirement. Maybe Mitch had the same thing too. As the safety car goes in this lap, that's where it normally goes, at the end of Sector 2. So it gives the leaders plenty of time to try and control the field and allow the safety car to go back into the pits. Hello, Petter.
What's going on, Smeg?
Oh, you sound deflated.
No, it's just when I thought it couldn't get worse after getting lag taken out last week.
Yeah, it got worse.
Yeah, it did.
Unlucky.
There goes my championship hopes.
Ah, perhaps. Long season ahead. And it seems that Nicholas isn't waiting around. We're back under green flag racing here in Azerbaijan. It's a tidy restart from Nicholas as well. He's got a 4/10 gap to Andy. A bit of a gap to Elowit, who is being challenged by Aaron Carey at the exit of turn 1. Oh, as an AlphaTauri almost puts it into the wall at the exit of turn 1. Around turn 2, heading onto the back straightaway. Aaron is close, not quite close enough though to try and pass into turn 3, I reckon. He will get a healthy tow down this straightaway. He will need to send it here, and he doesn't send it into turn 3. Rest of the field are behaving themselves, it seems, as Lopez just gets out of the way of Fatal there for reasons unbeknownst to me. He just doesn't want to hang on to position at the moment. Coming out to turn 6, heading towards turn 7. Field's basically controlling themselves at the moment. This is probably the most tame the race has been over the 9 laps that we've undergone. Cameron gets by JD into the castle section. Oh, as he almost goes off the back of No Cap at turn 11 there. Heading around the old part of the city. Mitch Burns being challenged. It's 3 wide heading around turn 13. Oh, have we not had an accident there heading down towards turn 12? as Dream sort of gets out of the way. He's awkwardly blocking JD while he's at it. Not intentionally, of course. He's just trying to get out of the way. Coming around turn 16 now. Oh, as Dream runs awfully wide. So does Express as well, I think, in the background. As Andy Wu and Nicholas are battling for the lead. Nicholas drawing alongside the Ferrari as they head towards the finish line. They're still side by side as they begin lap 10 of 26. It's side by side behind as well for P3. Oh, it's tight between the McLaren and the Mercedes, but it's Aaron who comes out on top, I think. Andy and Nicholas are still battling for the lead as well at the exit of turn 2. Aaron gets in front to settle that battle for P3 as JD goes around at the exit of turn 1. Andy's got a run, but he won't be close enough to attack here into turn 3. He stays behind in P2.
Yeah, those boys were going 3 wide into turn 1. JD just lost under acceleration on the hards. Not really surprised, and quite frankly, it's nice to see that these guys aren't afraid to bring out another safety car.
No Cap retires on track, I'm pretty sure, and leaves the session as Cameron has dropped down the order. That's
weird.
That's at 5 at 6. So maybe he made a mistake, or perhaps he had a helping hand. He's now back down to 12. Yeah, no Cap just flat out retiring on track. He's had enough, so he's gonna stop.
He lagged out or something. That was weird. Like as soon as he came out of the pits, he just left the session easy enough.
Yeah, don't know. As Cameron and Dream swap places, Cameron goes into P11. As Nicholas still has Andy for company and Aaron carrying. And Eloit in P4, followed by Barmer in P5. Now we got DRS enabled, which should spice things up here at the front. Nicholas might be a bit of a sitting duck on the back straight.
Looks like the top 7 are all lining up for a good old-fashioned DRS training.
Yeah, it seems like it at the moment, which is quite a common sight around any racetrack, it seems, in F1 2021. Just get a whole heap of DRS trains. Here comes Andy. And the inside into turn 3. Nicholas, though, fights on the outside, to his credit. He has the inside line for turn 4, but Nicholas is doing the same thing back to Nicholas, and he takes the lead on the outside for turn 4. Aaron wants a piece of the action now. Trying to look down the inside of turn 5, but it can't get it done there at the left-hander, so he has to stay behind in P3. Heading around the hairpin now of turn 7. Can't do much here through this section. Sort of just have to stay behind and wait until the main straightaway. Coming out of turn 12.
All this action at the head of the snake means Lopez might be able to catch up to this DRS chain.
Potentially, yeah. If they start backing each other up, Lopez can be able to gain time, try and close that gap. That's only if they're scrapping at the front. And Nicholas has lost a little bit of time to Andy. The gap is now about 6 tenths, now 5 tenths, 4.5. It seems Nicholas has got some really good straight line speed. Is he dumping battery? Well, it doesn't look like it. He's just got a really quick car.
Yeah, it looks like they're both dumping battery, but he definitely seems to have the advantage straight line.
Here he goes, down the inside, as Barmer sets a new fastest lap with a 42.7. Heading down towards turn 2 now. Cameron then beats that fastest lap with a 41.8. Heading onto the back straightaway. Andy's close enough to attack. Not bothering to use any battery just yet. Cameron gets by Mitch Burns into P10. Down the inside, into turn 3. Nicholas tries to hold it. Aaron gets in on the action, trying to get by the Red Bull of Nicholas. And the outside of turn 4, Andy takes the lead. Aaron! Oh! What a save from both Nicholas and Aaron there at turn 4. Somehow they both save it. And Nicholas stays in front as Elliot trying to get by into P3. I keep saying that. It's Elliot. There's no I.
It's Elliot. He just misspelled his own name.
Really?
So.
It is Elliot.
Yes, that's what I was told when he was an AM2 last year.
But he misspelled...
Oh, no, Lopez! Uh-oh.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
and everyone else is arriving on the scene.
Oh.
And we Now I have another safety car.
You know, Smeg, we had a league vote.
I saw that.
Yeah, to take the ghosting off for street circuits, or leave it on.
I think there was
turn it on for street circuits, but yeah, this is kind of backfired here with me now.
Peyton goes into the wall at turn 15. I did notice that there was a poll, and I think there was a majority to turning ghosting on, but it wasn't a big enough majority to not.
I'll tell you what, Lane. I don't know who the rat in the room was, but there was a comprehensive ghosting on street circuits up until this afternoon. So
okay,
I think there was like a 3-vote lead, and then it switched. Now there's a 1-vote lead.
Okay,
I think we might have to revisit that after this race.
Yeah, probably. I'd say so. At least on street circuits, as a bare minimum, because
yeah. I mean, I prefer for it to be on during normal circuit racing, but
yeah, I can understand that.
Like this, especially Baku, that castle section's gotten a few of us tonight.
Seems like it. We're now down to 13 cars. We've had 6 retirements, so at least you got the number pretty spot on for me. Initially, 6 written down. Oh. So,
yeah, looks like Cameron's exhausted all sets of mediums, so now he's on the hards. We'll see how that works out.
And Mitch is on set of softs.
I think Express is doing the same. The winner last night was able to take the softs about 10 laps after a safety car. And we were expecting a fall off, but there wasn't. So if these guys are good with the tires, I guess theoretically you can get 9 or 10 laps out of these softs. Might be a bridge too far right now, though.
Yeah, well, how long will we be on the safety car? We'll probably begin at the end of lap 14.
Yeah, that's what I would expect.
So yeah, it's a fairly lengthy stint on the soft tire to get them to the end. You're basically banking on perhaps another safety car period when everyone would pit onto the soft tire and then go all out to the end. So,
yeah, possibly. I still feel like, I don't know. I'm pretty bad on tires this game, but some people are little Sergio Perez's out there.
Yeah, I have noticed that with me as a driver, is that tires, yeah, they can be a bit tricky to look after, especially when you have the diff wound all the way up to 100. Especially around a racetrack like this where you need traction out of corners. The rear tires just destroy themselves here. So
yeah, it's a circuit where, typically if you're at like 40% tire wear, it's not that big of a deal. But around here with the amount of heavy traction zones, and then the flat out final corner, once you get over like 40, 45 to 50% on those rear tires, and that'll happen pretty quickly. Yeah, you're in a world of hurt.
A few other drivers coming in for tyres. Peyton's onto a set of soft tyres himself now. So
I assume that's what Bam is doing as well, or is he turning on mediums?
He's put on mediums. So he's sacrificed track position for fresher tyres.
That's fair. AM3 had a soft medium battle around this point in the race as well, and the mediums won out.
Okay.
Last night the softs won out. Tonight I think Bama's betting on the mediums.
And we've got Nicholas Latifi out in front as well. He's on 8-lap-old medium, so he's on the oldest tyres out of anybody. He has got track position, but he's kind of screwed himself with not boxing. Because everyone else behind him has boxed. So yeah, ouch.
Yeah, a little bit of Abu Dhabi 2021 feel.
Yeah.
Nicholas Latifi here. Well, hopefully not, because if it was 2021 Abu Dhabi, Nicholas Latifi would end up in the...
Barmer had damage. That's why he boxed. Fair enough.
Good run from Aaron Carey as well up there in P3. I think he's starting to Urzi P5, Fatal P6.
Yeah.
Fatal back in the big time.
JD up in 8th place after delaying qualifying by a good 7-8 minutes.
He forgot his helmet. That's how much of a hurry he was in.
Oh, I love that glitch is still in the game. After all this time, it's still here. That helmetless glitch. It's great. Yeah, out of all the drivers, JD's made the most positions out of anybody. The man who's lost the most is Barmer, currently down 9. Cameron isn't too far behind, down 8. But with the field bunch up now, they have the opportunity to try and claw their way back up towards the front. So.
Yeah, Nicholas went early last time. I'm not sure if he'll do it again. He definitely needs another safety car, though, because those mediums are going to be...
pretty average.
It's going to make him a sitting duck.
He's waiting. And he goes. Aaron's trying to draw alongside Andy on the restart. We're heading down towards turn 1. Aaron goes for it down the inside. It's tight on the exit. They're side by side, but Andy keeps P2. Heading up towards turn 2. Aaron can't fight down the inside, so he has to stay in 3rd. Bursey and Fatal changing places here for P5 and P6.
I think Fatal just missed his braking point there.
He's
made it out.
Probably cold tyres as well. I imagine that has something to do with it. Maybe cold brakes too. Oh, as Cameron's looking down the inside of JD here at turn 4, wheel-to-wheel contact there. Just a little bit, nothing too major. As they're heading towards turn 5, JD has the inside line. Cameron, can he fight on the outside? Yes, he can. Gives him the inside line for turn 6, and he gets through. Barber gets through as well into P9. Can Dream get through in the AlphaTauri? The answer is no. Peyton's close. Oh, Dream was very close to hitting the back of JD's car at turn 7 rather. Making their way through the castle section now. No dramas on the restart lap from what I can pick up. So, tame restart. Good to see. Everyone's still running.
Not too shabby, and I think Peyton's just lucky to be here. Whenever Lopez dumped it into the castle, it was completely blind. Peyton had about 3.5 seconds, so I was riding on board with him, and he just went all up the back of him.
Yeah.
I thought for sure he was going to be out.
The most he got was complete front wing damage, so you can thank his lucky stars that he's still in this race. He has the ability to try and score something. And everybody's battling for position genuinely as well. Not a single driver has a penalty just yet, as Fatal and Bursey are side by side here at turn 1. Bursey hangs on to P5. Burns is getting in on the action as well. It's 3 wide, heading into turn 2 as Bursey shuts the door hard on the Aston Martin driver at the entry to turn 1. He turned in early for that apex. He wasn't allowing Mitch to get through. Oh, dearie me. Cameron getting in on the action now around the outside. He's through into 7th. Barmer follows just about down the inside into turn 4. Side by side on the exit. Barmer gets through into 8th.
And that has completely killed poor Michel's momentum there.
Yeah, hasn't it? What?
He's about to be in 5th and now he's in 9th. That's such is life.
Such as, you know, when you try to succeed and then it completely backfires as Peyton spins and Express goes into it.
Oh.
And Peyton gets a 5-second penalty to boot. So
I believe Peyton is a cat with 9 lives.
Well, he's just taken those 9 lives away from himself, it seems.
Well, I spoke a little too soon. Typically the commentator's curse doesn't cover stuff like that, but I guess it does tonight.
I guess it does tonight. It's a strange night here at Baku, so...
They're just local yellows too, so these guys are still racing.
Yeah, I suppose so. The game isn't going to bring out the safety car for that car on track. That AI will find a marshal's post and park up. And it means that Alpine will score nothing here in Azerbaijan. Meanwhile,
It's unfortunate.
Nicholas still hanging on, to his credit. Those medium tyres don't seem to be too shabby, but we've still got a long way to go to the checkered flag.
Indy's been holding on to that ERS as well. He was up at about 90% once they got on the back straightaway.
Now, Nicholas has the opportunity to try and follow Andy best he can. Andy has the opportunity to pull away with clear air and fresher tyres. He's pulled away just a little bit, maybe a tenth or two through that chicane. He gains a little bit on the exit as well. The gap is now 8 tenths.
I think he might have played this one perfectly. If you can use, if you can find another tenth or two, use Nicholas Latifi as a pick. I'm not sure if Aaron Carey's going to be able to match him on pace.
Wait and see, I suppose. Nicholas has found a little bit of time back on Andy as Cameron gets by Fatal into P7. Barmer follows through as well. These two are stuck together, it seems, after the restart. Cameron's the battering ram and Barmer's just following him.
Yeah,
gaining places. Oh, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. From last season, they were both Mercedes drivers, so yeah. They're working together once again, it seems. Cameron has to try and close in on Burzy. He should get DRS, I think. Yeah, he does. Now, Barmer's close. Will he go for the move? I don't think he will. JD's gone by Fatal. You can hear a big lift off there from Barmer to make sure he doesn't pass Cameron. Again, he's just using Cameron as a battering ram to try and make their way up the order at this point.
And this pace is pretty frenetic. It is drop Mitch Burns from the old train.
Yeah, he's now 1.8 seconds behind, and although he might be on the soft compound tyre, I don't think he's catching back up without any DRS. It's just that powerful.
4-5. Yeah, that 4-5 is when they start to really dig anyways.
Coming out of turn 6, heading down towards 7. Andy's pulling away again. Gap is at 1 second exactly now as they come through the hairpin. The Nicholas gained time through here on the last lap. Can he do it again? It seems that he has. He's found 2 tenths through that section. It opens up again because Andy gets better traction out of turn 12 as Cameron gets by Burzy. Now Barmer has to get by the Alfa Romeo, heading around turn 15, down the hill towards turn 16. I don't think... Barmer needs a pretty solid run here out of 16 to try and attack into 1. Because Burzy will get DRS, obviously, so he won't get that advantage down this section.
In terms of ERS, looks like Bama has a little bit more.
Here he comes. Look at the speed.
He's really burned. He's dumping it all.
Yeah. He's getting by Burzy. Oh, it's tight here between the McLaren and Alfa Romeo. Burzy tries to hang on.
Didn't back out.
Barmer moves himself into 6th place.
Because Cameron lost. Cameron has lost DRS here.
How did he? Oh. There you go.
It was about 1.1 whenever he crossed the line. He got a better exit. He got a little held up.
Interesting.
But yeah.
But no,
we'll bring these guys back together.
That's right. But no, hang on. I heard someone smash the wall there. Who was that? I heard a thud. Who thudded?
I'm not sure. I didn't.
Did you hear a thud?
I did not. I don't really have the game audio very high though, so who knows? History's mysteries. Check and see the bits.
The leaders look alright. No one's got damage from what I could see. So, but I heard a thud. I definitely heard something. But now Andy's got that 1 second lead. But Nicholas, he's just hovering there. He's hovering at about 1 second. Just over 1 second now. Heading around turns 18 and 19, absolutely flat out through these S's. And Nicholas, he's within range still. So Andy can't shake him at the moment.
Absolutely cannot. But he's got enough of a gap here. It's been manageable every time he's gotten on the DRS straight.
The big send from Cameron there, and Barmer's going to follow suit. Elliott losing 2 positions. As didn't realise that his actual name is Elliott, just misspelled. I thought that was like genuine, that was his name. There you go.
No, spelling's not for everybody.
No, quite right. Definitely wasn't for me during high school. That's for sure.
Mitch Burton was 6th grade spelling bee champ, so.
Oh, really?
Clean sweep. I won the clean sweep. I won spelling bee and geography bee the same year.
Wow.
6th grade was pretty untouchable.
How far the mighty have fallen, I guess. oh, hang on. Someone's made who's made a mistake? It's Nicholas. Oh, and he's backing up his teammate there as Andy Wu drives away.
He got some left front end plate gone on his car.
Oh, and spinning is Aaron Carey. He spins. And there's his end plate. Actually, no, that's a Red Bull end plate flying off. That's not a Mercedes end plate. Oh, he's now perpendicular to the road.
Oh, and Cameron dumped it.
Oh, Cameron into the wall.
Nick's into the back of him.
So what, Cameron just put himself into the wall?
I think he outbroke himself into, what's that term, 14, 15?
15. Yeah. Well, yeah, I did mention I saw an end plate fly off, a Red Bull end plate. I reckon Cameron got damage, and he put himself into the wall.
I think he might have got stuck behind his teammate.
Could have.
And with Nicholas, I think he had wing damage as well. Yeah, that left front.
He got that. He got that through the castle section though. Like he was losing pace at the exit of the castle section.
And then Cameron really arrived quickly on the scene, and probably tried to make it too wide coming out of that, and just booted his teammate in the back. I think, if I had to guess, I'm not into forensics or anything. This isn't CSI. But,
we're just taking educated guesses.
Yes, educated guesses. Based on So interestingly enough, Elliott has stayed out on those mediums.
He's taking track position. He's taking the Latifi approach.
Yeah, that's his dream, which might not be exactly what Nicholas Latifi wanted to see.
No. He needs to get by Dream ASAP on the safety car restart. So...
So, McLaren sandwich up front. Hopefully, Elliott's internet is behaving all right.
It was unfortunate that it wasn't last week. Caught a few people out, including myself. My goodness, that was frightening to watch.
Yeah, well, I mean, I overtook him about 3 times on the first lap.
And he re-overtook you 3 times, it seemed, as well.
Popping up in front of me, yeah, and then we were going side by side through turn 3, and I don't know what happened, but we made contact, and we both wound up in the wall. And to my surprise, it turns out he was actually like 8/10 up the road because we were going side by side the entire lap.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch at Bahrain, but it seems to be all sorted out now, so that's the main thing. Hopefully,
Didn't have to retire him at Jeddah last year in AM2 because he was doing similar things. Yeah, hopefully we figured it out. It's hard to play F1 on dial-up.
Quite right, KD. There has been a lot of death on that leaderboard. 8 cars retiring out of this race here at Baku. 8. I have one of them in the commentary box with me. The absolute Chad that he is.
Damn it, I do this every time I crash out. I know Smeg gets lonely sometimes, so I gotta keep him a little bit of company.
It does get a bit difficult on your own, having to try and keep track of everything. It's like the start of this race, my goodness, there was so much stuff going on. To keep track of all of it, my goodness. That took a lot.
Hey, you probably didn't catch the mid-pack. I think we had like a 4-way fender bender into turn 2, which compromised me a little bit in Mitch Burns.
Yeah, righto. I saw what happened between Barber and Cameron at turn 1, obviously, because they're at the front. And I think, where else was there a fender bender? 15? Was there a fender bender? I can't remember. What I do remember, there was a lot of stuff that just happened.
I was busy letting everybody by because I had half a front wing.
Wait.
So. Just trying to stay out of everybody's way. Turns out, I think like 5 or 6 of us had to get wing changes.
Yeah, 5 people, yeah. Into the pits. All of them.
Shouldn't be a surprise.
No. Especially on the opening lap here at Baku. There's always just drama. There's always drama. Always.
I'm trying to...
Anyway, almost put it into the wall in the castle section. He was... Imagine DNFing and all the cars behind just crashing into one another. Because they're all bunched up.
I have to be looking at his bank account to see if any major transactions have come from Elliot.
Now, we're at a point where all but one driver will score points tonight.
And interestingly enough, Express did not pit for softs. I wonder if he doesn't have any. He's been in the pits quite a bit.
Maybe.
But opting to stay out. And honestly, at this rate, I wouldn't expect... I wouldn't be surprised if there were another couple of DNFs. So maybe he's just trying to ride around with the back.
Especially with it being so close to the checkered flag, I think drivers would be desperate to try and get as many positions as they can. So
having a 3-lap shootout around here, 4-lap, I guess, is a recipe for fun for us.
Yeah, fun for us, quite right. Got 3 drivers on the medium compound tyre: Elliott, Dream, and Express. Everyone else is on fresh, soft compound tyres. The McLaren sends it. We're back on the green flag racing. It's lap 23 of 26 here at Baku. Andy Wu right on the back of the McLaren, heading down towards turn 2. Nicholas overtakes Dream right after turn 1, so he gets by as soon as possible. Bursey trying to get by as well into P5. Bit of moving here on the back straightaway as the leaders head towards turn 3. And he's close. Not close enough, though, as Dream is overtaken by Mitch Burns. Mitch, goes deep. Dream goes even deeper, and he keeps P6. Credit to him to hang on. Aaron trying to go around the outside of JD there. Oh, they put each other into the wall. Oh, I don't know if either of them got damage from that, but they were both hitting the wall at the exit of turn 4. Elliott and Andy battling down towards a hairpin of turn 7. The McLaren has the inside line. Nicholas tries to get alongside the Ferrari. This is going to get intense into the castle section. Oh, and they somehow all get through. My goodness, I thought we were going to see something awful there, but they all get through. Somehow, some way, they all get through. Nicholas is trying to get by now. Into P2. Barmer's going to try and get by his teammate as well. Into turn 15. A bit of contact between the 2 McLaren cars, but Barmer is through into 3rd. Andy's now got almost a 1-second gap. Now just over a 1-second gap to Nicholas. Nicholas needs to push. Birdsey and Elliott battling for position. Bursey right behind the McLaren, heading through 18 and 19. Oh, I think Mitch was sideways there. I think briefly at turn 19. It could have been trickery with the camera angle. It looked like he was sideways. Heading down towards turn 1. Bursey right in the slipstream, using up whatever battery he's got. Heading it into turn 1, down the inside. A little bit of contact, a little bit more contact. Heading out to turn 1. Mitch looking down the inside of Dream into 2. Fatal looking down the inside as well as he goes into the wall at the inside of turn 2. JD gets a better run and he's into P6. Mitch is down into P8. Oh, there's contact between him and Aaron down the straightaway before turn 3. Heading into the left-hander. There's nothing major going on here. Fatal, I think, has dropped down to 11th. Got the 2 Alpha Tauris in front of Express and Dream. Andy has driven away. He's now got a 1.5 second margin to Nicholas in P2. Nicholas doing all he can to try and catch up. He was pretty quick here through the castle section on previous laps. How much time can he gain through this section? Really sending it through. Gap 1.8, now 1.6. Now 1.7. So he finds a bit of time through the section, but not enough. Try and close that gap significantly. Barmer right behind as well in P3. Coming around turn 15 down the hill towards turn 16. Now there's no DRS available just yet. That won't come around until the next lap. Barmer, he's in a position where he could try and challenge Nicholas for P2 down at turn 1 on lap 25. And he's got... Oh, he's backing off. He's backing off. He doesn't want to overtake Nicholas. He doesn't want to do it. Hang on. Oh, wrong button. Telemetry, that's the one. He's going at full throttle. Barmer, he's now going at full throttle. He's still right behind Nicholas. He doesn't want to give the Red Bull DRS. Oh, he's trying to back up, and he's done it now. Barmer's in front. Who's got DRS? It's not Barmer, it's Latifi. He has DRS. Down the back straightaway towards turn 3. He's closing in on the McLaren. 3 tenths, 2.5 tenths, 2 tenths. Not close enough to pass here at turn 3. But all he has to do is try and stay behind Barmer as close as he can through this middle sector. Try and pass down the main straight. So we've got some mind games going on here between the drivers, and Andy's loving this because now he's got a 2.3 second lead. He's going to remain unchallenged, I think, unless he makes a mistake. Down into the hairpin of turn 7, the gap between Nicholas and Barmer, 6 tenths. So Barmer pulling away. Nicholas needs to stay with him. Bursey right behind in P4. He could challenge for a podium place. He's within a second of Nicholas Latifi. Doesn't get the best of runs out of turn 12 though, and loses just a little bit of time. Heading around turn 14, down towards turn 15. This tight left-hander, keeping it off the walls, off the barriers. And Andy's got 1.8 second lead. Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable out in front. Barmer runs awfully wide at the exit of 16. Through 18 and 19 now, the gap is 7 tenths between Latifi and Barmer. And Bursey should get DRS, I think. Yes, he does. See the bar filling up for DRS. He'll close in. Barmer sets a new fastest lap with a 1 minute 41.047. It's now the final lap, lap 26 of 26 here in Azerbaijan. Mitch Bird's getting by Aaron Carey here at turn 1. Aaron's trying to fight back, can't do it here at turn 2. He might be able to have a go at turn 3 though. Nicholas, meanwhile, is not close enough to challenge Barmer into turn 3. Barmer steadily closing in on Andy. The gap is now 1.3. Maybe the battle for the win isn't quite over just yet. JD's on the back of the McLaren of Elliott, heading out to turn 4, heading up towards 5 and 6. Oh, he's close, but not close enough to attack into this tight chicane. The gap is now 1.1. Barmer is closing. He is flying through this middle sector. Through the castle section, it's important that he gets this absolutely spot on. Coming through 11 into 12, the gap at 1.1. Oh, he lost the back end and puts it into the wall. Barmer is out of the race on the last lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. His podium gone. His chance for a win gone. His chance for points gone. Out the window with half a lap to go. My goodness.
Nice to see we're going to be even on points after tonight.
And now it's just a clear track in front of Andy Wu. He's dumping whatever battery he's got left. He's got a comfortable margin in hand. And it's going to be Andy Wu who wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix by just under a second to Nicholas Latifi. And Bursey will finish on the podium. Vermu got that prediction right. He predicted Bursey to finish on the podium.
Open champagne.
That's it. How about that? Let's see what the pony... Mitch Burns, Barmer, and Cameron, and Bursey. Well, unfortunately for me, you got only one of those podium predictions right. But at least you got one of them.
It was perhaps the most unlikely.
Perhaps, yeah.
2 podiums in his last 4 races for Bursey, by the way.
Not a bad effort. He's on good form, seems. So
absolutely.
But tonight it's about Andy Wu. He takes the win here in Baku. Nicholas Latifi will finish in second, Bursey in third. How about that?
Second career win for Andy. First time he's gotten to celebrate it in real time, though. Obviously last year, final round Abu Dhabi. His decision ruled that Bama's move on him was illegal. So,
yeah,
bittersweet day for Ferrari.
Yeah, maximum points for, almost maximum points Nicholas ended up getting fastest lap with a 40.8, so he snags fastest lap. Andy, a full 25 points next to his name. Followed by Nicholas Latifi with fastest lap. And Bersey on the podium in third. Elliott in fourth. JD in fifth. Mitch Burns, P6. JD got driver of the day as well, obviously, from 18th to 5th. Not a bad effort. Made up 13 places over the course of the race. Aaron Carey in 7th. Express in 8th. Dream in 9th, and Fatal rounds out the top 10. Barmer is classified in 11th, but he crashed on the final lap. It could have been a podium for Barmer, but he threw it away with half a lap to go. Everyone else retired. Cameron, Peyton, Lopez, No Cap, Mitch, yourself, Petter, JCK, and Elite Game Boy. If we include Barmer, it's 9 retirements over the course of this race, and 11 classified finishes.
Well, that's how it be sometimes around here.
Race of attrition tonight. Oh, my goodness me.
Wish I wouldn't have retired now. Probably could have got a point.
Might have, yeah. But
I had that rear wing damage, though. I feel like that would have been another safety car eventually.
Oh,
good team.
I'll tell you what, that wasn't a bad race. Plenty of drama. I'm sure the drivers will have mixed views about what's happened tonight. I don't think it'll be overwhelmingly positive about what's happened, especially when you have 9 cars crashing out. But yeah. We had a race, folks. I think we had a race. I think it's probably the best way of putting it. But I think with everything said and done, it's probably time to wrap up the stream. I think. Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Kit and Petter, for joining me here, providing an extra pair of eyes to look over the racetrack. Unfortunate what happened to you tonight, but better luck next week.
Sometimes, but at least it gave me an opportunity to get started on these beers early.
That's always a nice feeling. But until next time, I've been Lane Everingham. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you for round 3 of the championship at Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Till then, it's goodbye.